to Trust Me, the podcast where we talk about our trusses, the building process, and everything in between. Today I have Jonathan, our production manager. We're going to talk about the process behind the scenes today.
Well, I appreciate you having me on. I'm excited to behind the scenes look as to our truss production, manufacturing, and what makes us the best.
Awesome. Well, let's start with the basics. What exactly is a truss, and why is it such a critical component of construction?
So the truss is the component of your house or pole barn that is going to hold on your roofing system. I mean, literally everything is going to be up underneath the trusses. So the trusses have to be strong. They have to be, meticulously built and built to a high standard. Otherwise, you're allowing for collapses or something to fall. And I mean, people up underneath there, living under it, working under it. Farmers got their equipment and stuff up underneath there, and there's the potential for a lot of money and damages and stuff. So, your trusses have to be one of these strong points of the structure.
Awesome. And what's the type and size of trusses that we build?
As far as size, we build up to an 80-foot free span truss right now. We're actually working on getting engineering to be able to go beyond that. And we build up to a 40-foot lean-to truss. We have several different types of trusses. Of course, we have our standard gables and lean-tos. We build those from angle iron, 1.5 inch, 2 inch, 1.5 inch square tube, 2 inch square tube. We also offer some non-engineered style trusses, our Mighty Mites, which is more of a truss it doesn't have a bottom cord. It's a single cord truss, 3 by 1.5 inch, 14 gauge or 11 gauge, depending on the size of the truss. And it allows for more head space inside the buildings. And then we also offer a snoot truss. The snoot truss, if you've ever gone to any little businesses or anything like that, and you see like a little awning that sticks out over top of a door, that's basically a snoot truss.
Awesome. And what does the production process that you oversee look like?
So the production process that I oversee, it starts in the front office where the orders are taken. Once they're taken, they go back to our data guy, Dave. He processes, and that's when they come to me. Once I get my hands on it, I assign the trusses out to the welders. And from that point forward up until they leave out of here, I'm involved in the entire process.
It sounds like a lot of precision is involved in a lot of team members. How many team members in the back, in the shop area, and kind of what are their duties?
So right now I have 2 customs welders. They build solely our custom trusses. I have a saw operator. I've got 3 welders that are working on our jigs to build our standard size trusses that we just repeat over and over again. We have 2 people running the robot, 3 people in paint, and I have a shipping and receiving guy.
Okay. That's awesome. David talked last week about our custom trusses and customization, and you've touched a little bit on it today. What are some of the common, I guess not common, what are the customizations that we do? What do we allow for with our trusses?
That's solely up to the customer. I mean, whatever they want customized, we will do it. We're one of the only truss manufacturing companies that will actually even build custom trusses and do that kind of stuff. So, I mean, the customization, it can be anywhere from just a change in the inside measurement to a change in pitch to a change in truss design. It's just a whole broad spectrum of things. So,
I know I'm in like a lot of barn dominium groups, and it's a question I see come up often when people are designing their houses, and I do see a lot of pushback on that from a personal point of view. Pitches are something I know that a lot of people want a larger pitch, and do we do large pitches?
Yeah, we've actually just got done building some 40-foot gables that was a 10 on 12 pitch.
Oh,
We've
wow.
built up to a 12 on 12 pitch. We'll customize it to anything that is safe.
Yes.
The higher in the pitch you go, the safer it's going to be. When you start getting real low in pitches, I mean, on a gable, we don't really like to do anything below a 2 on 12. You just start getting too flat for that span. So,
absolutely. That brings me to the next question on how do we ensure our trusses meet safety and quality standards?
So all the trusses that we build, every single one of them, they're all pre-engineered as far as our engineered style trusses are the ones, not now the Mighty Mites and the Snoot trusses, no, but our mass produced trusses, they were all pre-engineered. They're all pre-engineered for Dade County. Dade County has the highest building standards in the United States. So we meet their building standards with all of our trusses. That way, literally anywhere in the United States, or continental United States, I should say, a customer can call, order it, and it will qualify.
So how many trusses would you say from start to finish do you produce in the shop every week?
That really varies. It just depends on our orders, what the influx of orders is. Right now, I mean, we're probably pushing 150 to 160 weekly out, fully completed, stocked up, ready to go, ready for shipping. We've had times where we've pushed upwards of 300 trusses out a week. It really all depends on the orders and how busy we are. So.
And where are we typically shipping the orders to?
So we ship, the majority of our trusses are actually going to Virginia and North Carolina right now, with one of our biggest dealers being Builders Discount Center. But we ship anywhere from Virginia down to South Florida, all the way out as far as Mississippi, Louisiana. We have sent some trusses to Colorado. I think Colorado is about the furthest we've gone. Well, no, we actually sent some trusses out to West Texas for a pole barn. So.
Hawaii.
Yep, and Hawaii. I forgot about that.
Yep.
I did forget about that. So.
I think you wanted to forget about that. That was a fun order, I hear. So a lot of our social media videos, we highlight a robot that's in the shop. Can you touch on that robot and what we utilize that for?
So the robot is utilized for a lot of our mass production trusses. Those mass production trusses being 24s, 30s, and 40-foot gables. Those are the three most common sizes that are ordered. And that robot is set up, right now we're running 40-foot gables on one side, 30-foot gables on the other. And it gives us the ability to repeat these trusses at the same speed every day and with precision. So it takes the human error out of the welding and stuff on the trusses. Now, of course, with a robot, there's things that it's not going to catch that a human would. That is one of the downfalls to it. But as those trusses come off, and this applies for the robot or for the welders out there in the shop, like as that truss is completed, they go over that entire thing from front to back, left to right, side to side. Anything that's missed is caught right then and there. It's adjusted or fixed or re-welded or whatever has to happen to make that truss half perfect before it's pulled off of that jig and put on the stack. So, but the robot, the good thing about the robot is, it's been hot, really, really hot, and you're talking 110, 115 degrees inside the shop. No wind blowing, no nothing. Well, that robot doesn't get hot and overheat, and it doesn't tire out.
It doesn't call in sick for work.
Yeah, it doesn't call in sick. So now the operator for the robot may call in sick, and then kind of.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Might as well have called in sick at that point, but.
Yeah. So once the trusses are welded and fabricated in the shop, then what is the process from there, between there and loading it on a truck for shipping?
Once they're fabricated, welded in the shop, they're loaded onto on the stacks on the carts. We, depending on the style truss, whether it's a gable or a lean-to, we will stack 10 halves, which will make 5 gables, or we'll stack 10 holes for the 5 lean-tos. Or 10 lean-tos, sorry. My math is not mathing today. And they'll push out, they'll come out of the shop out to the front out here. As soon as they pass out to the front, the welder will do another walk-around inspection of it to make sure that there was nothing missed. He then goes through, signs off on his check sheet, signing off that everything was done correctly. He signs off on it, puts the paper back in the traveler. And from there, it goes back to paint. Once it gets to paint, they pull that truss, they set it down in our paint station, take the little floating ticket off, and it is painted, fully painted. The paint that we use is it's a black primer coat, so they get one coat of black primer coat. That allows the customer, if they want to change the color, they can change it. If they want it to stay black, well, there you go, it's already ready to go. So past that, once the painting is done, they're then re-inspected to make sure that there's no drips, no runs, no missed spots in the paint or anything like that. And then they're staged over into a drying area. After they're dried, they're banded, stickered, and they're ready to be shipped.
Awesome. Well, before we wrap this up, is there anything else you want our customers or the public to know about the production process?
Yes. So with the production process and the way I try to run the shop and the way I expect my welders to be is I know nobody is perfect, but we strive for it. We really push for perfection. I mean, these people are spending hard-earned money on a product, and we want to give them the absolute best quality we can for their money. So right now, our wait times and stuff are really low because we've got a lot of these standard sizes that are in stock. So, you know, you can call, place an order, and there's a chance you can come pick your trusses up the same day. Normally, we're about a 2-week wait time from the time the order is taken to the time that the truss is completed and pushed out. I know sometimes customers will call up here and they'll, well, I don't understand what's taking so long on mine. And generally that happens with the custom trusses. So the custom trusses, it's just, especially depending on the size, the quantity, the amount, I mean, it could push your wait times out a little bit longer. It's not that we're just ignoring the customer. It's that, you know, if we're taking our time to make sure that everything is done correctly. And I've always, from the time I took over as production manager here, I've always said, you know, quality over quantity. You cannot mass produce something at this just super, super fast speed and still have the same quality that you will have if you take your time and you make sure that everything is done correctly every single step of the way. So.
Oh, I agree. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Well, thank you for tuning in to episode 2, and next week let's see what we can bring you more on the building side, taking our trusses and making a product. Thank you so much, Jonathan.
Yep, thanks for
Good
having
to
me.
have you.